I said just give me a minute to allow students to join. Hi everyone, can you hear us?
Kirat, you can begin now. Thank you. Kirat, your mic is off.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you so much, Aisha. Let's just check it if I am completely and properly audible to every single one of you. And you can just respond either with a thumbs up in your chat or, just with a sign or, reacting. Okay, I can see a lot of thumbs up right there. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Kira Tamir, and I take care of marketing communications for Pakistan. I am also the Schneider Electric Foundation country delegate for our Schneider Electric Foundation, and I take care of employer branding as well. So, a little bit introduction of myself. I joined Schneider back in 2022 September as an intern. I was hired as a project-based intern, and then after that, my internship was extended into multiple departments. And working in different departments now, I have been given a proper permanent position since last year that I've been taking care of marketing communications for the whole region of Pakistan. So just to start this with, and whenever I take all these sessions, my very first thing with the students or with my all of the students is to actually be very much interactive, ask questions, keep the chat alive so that it's not a monologue, it's rather a dialogue, and we're discussing, we're making the session interactive, right? So just to start with that, whatever one thing is something that I really like to do, and which is, a well-being check, a mood tracker. So a quick mood tracker for you all also. How do you feel right now? Feel free to utilize the chat option, or turn on your mic and say however you are feeling. I would really love to see chat being extremely active. So how are you feeling right now? Okay, Anusha is excited. I am excited also, just by the way. Shanze is curious. So Shanze, I am always curious, and this is something I think it completely defines my personality as an individual. Also, that I'm always curious about many things. I ask questions, and that's what I expect from you all also, because being curious is a very great soft skills nowadays. Okay, he says ready to fight. Understandable, Isha. I don't ask for any justification. Come on, I see a lot of individuals on the call, but response from only a few. Why? Aisha and Shiza, please tell us also how you are feeling.
I'm pretty excited for the session, and so are a lot of students get attended your last session.
Acha, they did. Wow, that's great. Okay, I am not moving ahead until I have the number of responses till the much I want, because I see a lot of individuals on the call. Okay, Abdullah is skeptic. Come on, we have a lot of them, right? We have a lot of options. How are we feeling now? It's very, very important to know about yourself, whatever you're feeling, and that's what a well-being check is, right? Okay, I see the chat action. Hmm. Danyan is not sure. Curious about the session. Amna. Same here, Hussein. Babar is not sure. Cool. Perfect. I think let's just thank you so much, everyone, for being the amazing audience. And I think this is what completely drives me as a speaker also, when I am directly connecting with my audience. I am just connected. मुझे पता लगता रहता है कुछ time के बाद how they are feeling, what are their reactions, because I cannot see your faces, right? I'm not in an in-person session, so I cannot see your facial expressions, and how I cannot see your body ergonomics as well. So I really need to have your feedback within the chat section so that I know how I tailor and maneuver this communication. Okay. Okay. So let's just delve much more deeper into what exactly today's session is about. And before I delve deeper into more technical part, let's just be very much, um, aware about what LinkedIn is nowadays. And one of my mentor, and he told me one thing जो मेरे दिमाग से आज तक नहीं निकली है, which was LinkedIn is your chalti phirti CV nowadays. Okay, this is something that keeps you going to the places. This is something that gets you in the room where you're nowhere to be found. It gets you the references, it gets you the amazing opportunities, it lands you amazing milestones which you're not even aware of about. Okay, so it's been, I believe, 3 years that I started taking LinkedIn very seriously. And by that time, I would really say that it has changed my life in many ways, in creating connections, worldwide, not just nationally, and how that have helped me into land my amazing roles and then perfectly positions and whatever the kind of opportunities I look forward to in my career. So just a few stats, that you see as of right now, and this is just these are facts based by proper resources and by LinkedIn itself. LinkedIn publishes its own articles about key facts about LinkedIn and key algorithm, and this is what they have said about themselves, which is LinkedIn has over 830 million members worldwide. And I think this point will make you think twice if you are on LinkedIn or not. And the second one again will give you a bit of FOMO, which is LinkedIn reports that it sees every two members join every second. So the platform is getting so social nowadays, I would say, कि जितने भी हमारे पास social media apps हैं, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it any platform, उन सबसे ज्यादा social platform, now it's going to be LinkedIn because it's the world of opportunities. हर सेकंड के अंदर 2 न्यू मेंबर्स ज्वाइन कर रहे होते हैं लिंक्डइन को, and I think this is the huge fact for the individuals who are not yet on LinkedIn or who have not started taking LinkedIn seriously. Then again, it says from a monetization perspective or from earning point of view, because I believe nowadays being Pakistan, um, just keeping this in our mind that Pakistan is a very competitive marketplace to get your position right there. Freelance is something that has created and made a lot of waves within the youngster generation. I am a Gen Z myself, so I can completely relate to that part because I initially started LinkedIn for the purpose of freelancing, and I completely am going to cover that part as well in the upcoming slides. That how can you use this platform for your personal branding, number one, and then again with their personal branding, how can you maneuver that all of the processes and how can you connect your clients into something which pays you, you know? So 49% of LinkedIn users earn this much per year, 14 million open jobs on LinkedIn. So for young minds like you who are are in their third year of universities or fourth year or even have just been sophomore in that university and are looking for remote positions, so LinkedIn is a very great opportunity for that because nowadays किसी के पास time नहीं है कि कोई interview देने के लिए जाए, अपना फ्यूल खर्च करे, अपने ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में पैसे लगाए, ना रिक्रूटर्स के पास इतना टाइम है, दे take out a proper time out of their busy schedule hours and schedule hundreds of or interviews from the desired individuals that they want. So LinkedIn is what they do has made a job much more easier for the applicants and for the recruiters also, that it's the thing which is happening online. Like I said, LinkedIn is your CV. So that's happening on the platform directly itself. Again, LinkedIn Learning, this is a platform which LinkedIn offers, like LinkedIn Marketing, LinkedIn Learning. This is a few things that I will tell you about this as well. It offers you 16,000 courses. Okay, I completely understand most of them are not free, they're not complimentary, but even if they are, and even if they are a bit economical, it's very good to have them. And most of them if not most, at least few of them are free as well, are complimentary as well for students, for industry professionals, for young minds like you. So make sure you grab that opportunity. And I will be sharing a very great opportunity, which is a complimentary one with you, offered by LinkedIn specialists and professionals themselves by the end of this call. So please stay tuned. Okay. Again, like I said, from a job perspective, also 7 people are hired every minute on LinkedIn with 57 million plus employers on the platform. So there are recruiters, there are employers who are active, who are making their LinkedIn active just for the fact so that they can find a proper candidate, a proper individual for the specific position. Yeah. And then there are, which I was mentioning earlier as well, more than 1 billion professionals. And I repeat this again, professionals in over 200 countries that are on LinkedIn. Take this as an opportunity to connect with them. Take this as an opportunity to make connections with them, to get familiar with them. How do they do? Because see, even if you go to a corporate organization, the topmost leadership of the company is not that approachable that you directly go to them and you ask a lot of questions. Of course they are. For example, like in a company of mine, I report to my country president. I go up to him, but then there's a thing that you need to maintain between your leadership, between your boss, um, and that boundary is directly not on LinkedIn, because that is very much made easy because of the technology, because of the digitization, because of the century we live in, that with a single message you can reach out to C-level executives of any country. You can reach out to leadership of your dream company that you want to work in, with just a simple message, an introductory message saying, "Hi, I just saw your profile. It's completely amazing. Your goals and ambitions align with mine, and I would really love to have your leadership insights on the same. Can we schedule a one-on-one, and are you available for you know, um, a discussion one-on-one maybe?" So, reaching out to that employers directly via LinkedIn, it gives you that platform. 2.9 million groups on LinkedIn to grow your community. There are many groups, I repeat, related to marketing, related to finance, related to procurement, related to HR, related to personal development that people are taking advantage of. I mean, I am an individual of a lot of, participant of different groups that you people can join. And I bet you not. It's completely informative and you get much more awareness कि जो शायद आपको एक article पढ़ने में नहीं आएगी. You would just get that information within a single post of that community group. So now moving forward, just a short question and a very quick question before we move forward is that, are you on LinkedIn? We have, I can see 34 students, participants on the call. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Maybe raise your hands or give me answer in the chat. Okay. Mm. I can see a lot of hands raised and many of the responses in the chats as well. No worries, Junaid. We'll help you create one today. And I appreciate the honesty. Okay. I can see hands raised as well. Just so that I get the idea. Perfect. Thank you so much once again for being the amazing audience. I love how you people interact in the chat. Perfect. Even if you are on LinkedIn, okay, why I asked this question, number one, if you're not on LinkedIn, I will persuade you today in today's session to create an amazing profile, and then I bet you will come to me either via my LinkedIn DM saying that that was the decision that made you make waves in your career, inshallah. Number two, if you are on LinkedIn, are you utilizing that platform correctly? Are you active on LinkedIn? If you're not, just take a look at that. Okay. So why you should be active on LinkedIn? Number one is again for networking and building professional relationships. When I say professional relationship, I mean long-term relationships. relationships. I mean the relationships that gets you into places. I mean the relationships that provides you exposure worth of learning, worth of growing in a specific environment. Okay. Number two, knowledge sharing and learning. You can share a lot of your knowledge. For example, I'm sure in this call, I have a lot of people who are working on different projects, even in their student era, right? I was working when I was in my student era. I was freelancing. I was, I was doing content writing. I was doing event management. I was doing, volunteering as well. And it's not just that. I was still working on this. Completed my degree back in 2023. I did mass communication. Just so if I forget that, forget that part. So an individual I knew from the field of mass communication, from the field of finance, from the field of BBA, from the field of software engineering, they all were working within, their students' life on different things. You know, they were working on a different platforms. They were working on a different internships. So why not talk about that? I completely understand because people come up to me and say कि किरण ठीक है अगर हम corporate life में नहीं है या अगर हम अपना if you're not running something startup or entrepreneurship, what do we talk about on LinkedIn? How do we post on LinkedIn? Because फिर हम किस तरीके से active रह सकते हैं LinkedIn पे, right? Because this is the query that I receive the most. And what I tell them is there is always something to talk about. You know, there is always something to talk about. You can talk about, let's say, you participated in an event in your university and what was your part in that. LinkedIn is all about telling people, telling your network what you're capable of. LinkedIn is all about telling your network what you did, which other people's can't, or they don't know, or they don't see. you know it's about that. And कुछ मेरे पास क्वेरीज इस तरह की भी आती है कि हम कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे but we want to be active on LinkedIn. Post about something. Post about research about something. Let's say you research about the algorithms that shapes a marketing mind of the B2B audience, and you post about it. Now so we have a lot of AI things, but again we have because LinkedIn algorithm has become very smart in realizing what a generative AI text is, what is taken from a article or a resource, what is written in a humanized manner. Again, AI is completely something which is there to make our life easier, not to take our roles. So use it to make your work easier and humanize it a little bit. Research about it, and then start your series about something that you think people would love to know about. There are many things, interesting facts, figures, research articles, political scenarios, um, many other different things. How can you shape your career? 10 things important for a professional development mind. 5 important keywords not to do in your corporate world, things like that, that completely aligns with your student mind. Of course, it doesn't have to be something like, for example, you're a student and you're posting about what are the 10 things not to do in a corporate professional life. That won't suit your algorithm and would really sort you a lot of good connections. Why? Because it doesn't aligns with your profile, with your the aura that you have created on LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn algorithm, again, like I say here, is very, very smart on catching keywords on your website, on the posts you like, and what you post about. So if your website says content writer, right? Your headline says content writer, copywriter, university student at LUMS, and your post says about sports, I'm just building it up in my head. So the algorithm won't ever push your post to your connections at all. Just forget about it. You're making vain choices. I'll cover this in more detail in the upcoming slides. Third is your personal and employer brand. एम्प्लॉयर ब्रांड वो होता है जो आपका एम्प्लॉयर होता है. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी, माय एम्प्लॉयर इज Schneider Electric. Aisha and Sheza's employer is LUMS. If any one of you is working in any of the company, your employer is that. So it's used for employer branding also, and then it's used for employee branding also. I would rather suggest to keep your employee branding, which is your personal brand as well, so strong that you get hired because of that. You get opportunities because of that. And I kid you not when I say that most of the people who reach out to me in today's world regarding the opportunities have said this thing to me, Kirat, we've seen your LinkedIn profile and really loved this thing about that. And I think you are a perfect fit for this role, you know. And I am blown away by that because this platform is doing wonders. It's like a friend who is taking my name in the rooms which I am not in at all. So that's how important your personal brand is. Fourthly, it's for recruitment and talent acquisition team, you are an amazing asset. For the TA team, talent acquisitions team, who are searching for different talents, now LinkedIn has made it much more easier for them to just write down a keyword, to just write down what exact skills they're looking for, and it gives them a list of individuals from top to bottom that they want to reach out for that specific role. Okay. So we move ahead now for tips for a beginner's profile. ठीक है किरत, हमने आपकी बात सुन ली, कितना ज्यादा important है LinkedIn, क्या opportunities आ सकती हैं, what and how and when, and how exactly can we take all of these things and just make LinkedIn the apple of our eye. But how do we do that? Okay. So there are a few steps to that. Number one, have an appealing profile photo, please. जिस तरह हम कहते हैं कि a picture speaks 1,000 words. Your profile picture speaks 10,000 words, I would say, in the language of LinkedIn. Because the first thing any individual sees is your profile picture. So please make sure that is number one, HD. Number two, not a selfie. Number three is a very professional one. Number four, consider without glasses. Number five, you're not looking away. Okay. Professional pictures requires you. अच्छा, मैं passport size picture के बारे में भी यहाँ पे बात नहीं करी जो हम स्कूल में खिंचवाते थे. You have to be very you know looking amazing with an entrancing smile in that picture. So have that picture. And one tip that I give to my all of the students who come up to me to an advice is remove the cover. There is a tool, you can find a lot of them actually on Google. You just write down background picture remover online. It will give you some of the links. Remove the background, add a very decent color to it, which is, I would suggest, depends on what color actually of clothes you're wearing in your picture, but most of the things that I see is yellow. Use pastel colors like I'm using right now at the background. Use not actually white, because that gives off a very professional vibe and we don't want that, right? We want our profile to be very welcoming, and not just haunt people in their dreams. So make it dreamy, make it with an intrinsic smile, make it evergreen. Okay. Again, second thing, which is extremely important after your profile picture, is your headline. A strong headline. When I'm talking about headline, it's something जो आपके नाम के बिल्कुल नीचे आती है. और जब आप किसी को रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहे होते हो, जब आपकी कोई पोस्ट भी देख रहा होता है, तो वो एक छोटा सा आपके नाम के नीचे एक लाइन लिखी हुई होती है. दैट इज एक्चुअली अ हेडलाइन. ओके. एंड दैट हेडलाइन is it should be so brief and so concise that it should tell the individual who doesn't know you at all everything about yourself. Make it concise. Do not write paragraphs. Please do not write paragraphs. Save it for the about part. For the bio, for the headline, use keywords. Okay. Content writer, graphic designer, you know, keywords like that. Use that, please. And make it short, concise, comprehensive, and understandable in every manner. Then, of course, add, make it current. Okay, make it current. Either you're working at a company, either you're studying at an institution. What is your qualification? From where did you do your school? From where are you studying at your university? From where did you do your intermediate? What year was that? What skills did you um, gained from that? What were the projects that you worked on? Keep your profile updated to every single manner. Contact information. I know most of the people are not comfortable with giving their contact out there. Make sure if you have a professional number or if you're comfortable with that, you do give your number, but an email would do. Okay. Email is a must, I would say. If we do a number, best, betareen, but if we can't, an email would do. Also, there is one thing, if you were able to just, explore LinkedIn a bit, there are three dots at the middle center section of your profile. Once you click on that, it says you open to. Okay. And when you go to open to, it let lets the recruiters and talent acquisition fraternity know that you're open to new roles, that you're open to new opportunities. Okay. तो अगर आप ये filter कर देते हैं और इस option पे click कर देते हैं, so there are high chances that you will be ranked among those lists that all of the TAs and HR is looking and actually hunting an individual for. Okay, now we come to the about section, which in which you have like around 200 word limit that you can do. But again, you have to be very concise, very brief, very to the point, very creative in this manner. Number one is don't brag about anything. Don't brag, your LinkedIn about should not sound about you. It should be about welcoming the individual that has visited your profile. Okay, it should not be about Kirat is a hardworking individual working in Schneider Electric that has done 5+ more years in content writing and have recently conducted a LinkedIn optimization session at LUMS. No, we are making it for them. Okay. So rather it should be, hi there, I am an individual working, I am interested about ABCD topics. And if your passion and goals and ambitions align with mine, let's connect. Just a very friendly, just a very welcoming, just a little bit of information. Of course, we have to make sure that we add our achievements there, we add our information there, but not in a manner to brag it. Okay. Secondly, be authentic, whatever it is. And this point, I say it specifically to the newcomers who says that we don't have to write down, we don't have that much of experience that we should write down in the about section so that people get interested about it and they compliment us and they connect us. Be authentic. Even if you are a student studying at university, ask ChatGPT how to make it more interesting in a creative manner, right? Think about it. What are the things? What are your ambitions? If you don't have experience to talk about something, you talk about your ambitions. Always keep that in mind. You talk about your enthusiasm about things. You talk about your passion. You talk about what goals do you have in future? What are the things that you're interesting about? Okay. You talk about the love, the enthusiasm, and your passion. And that's what gets you noticed, right? Third is show lots of curiosity, like I said, and eagerness to learn in new opportunities. And that's what I just said right now. When you don't have experience, what you do have is a lot of spark, is a lot of passion, is an adaptability to learn a lot of things, and is an eagerness to ask a lot of questions and curiosity to grow. These are the things that you can keep in your mind, in your personality, and then craft all of those communications in a very unprecedented manner. Okay. Tips for growing connections and enhancing visibility. And it says, be seen, be found. And I recall that one quote that my manager once said to me was out of sight, out of mind. Okay. It's completely the dilemma of today's world. If you're out of sight, you're out of mind. So number one is keyword magic. Like I said, LinkedIn algorithm has been extremely smart nowadays. If you are not using the similar keyword in your posts, in your about section, in your headline, and are again liking the posts of that keyword, it would not push your content, unfortunately, to your connections. So what we have to make sure हमारी हेडलाइन के अंदर हमारे बायो के अंदर हमारे अबाउट सेक्शन के अंदर हमारी जो हम पोस्ट कर रहे हैं जिस कंटेंट के बारे में उसके अंदर हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर हमारे द पोस्ट दैट वी रीच आउट टू उन सब के अंदर वो कहीं ना कहीं कीवर्ड आ जाए that we are working on, that our profile is completely into that. Okay, that we have to make sure. And again, we have to incorporate relevant keywords in our headline, in our experience sections also to be, specific in that bar. And that's how LinkedIn's search bar identify popular terms in the industry. And just one fact that I would, really like to highlight here is a fully completed profile is 14 times more likely to be reviewed. I repeat it again. A fully completed profile is 14 times, not once, not twice, not thrice, 14 times more likely to be viewed. Okay. And, you know, just connecting it to another part which says participate in group related to your industry or interests. And why I say that, because you are participating in group discussions, for example, किसी ने आप you really inspire an individual, आपने उनको connection request भेजी, आपकी connection request accept भी हो गई, and now you're planning to just somehow connect with them. Okay. And of course you cannot do a lot of things within the DM section. So what you do is you connect to them via a post. Nobody um you know nobody likes that you tell them a lot of things in DM. So let's be smart. Let's be a little bit creative and a strategic one. And because everyone likes when we engage with their posts, be strategic in that manner and comment a lot. When I say comment, it's not just great, nice, very good, amazing insights. Those are dead comments. We can do that, but not all the time. Completely dead comments. Either we can do hi, let's say I can see the name of Anam, let's say. Hi, Anam. Amazing post. I really, really love the insights. And then ask the questions in the end. Do you think these insights are relevant to the Pakistani market in 2025? Question mark. Make the conversation going. Make the conversation interesting. Okay. And that's how you get yourself highlighted within the comment section. If you are active not on LinkedIn, but only just in the comment sections of the people, the networking of LinkedIn, people on LinkedIn, professionals on LinkedIn know you, know your name. Because they know, okay, कभी भी post होती है इस चीज के बारे में, I see this guy, I see this girl commenting, and I believe she has an amazing insights about the same, you know. And personalized connection requests, and I cannot emphasize on this part is that there is a percentage of connection requests that gets accepted in comparison with the requests that are sent essay. For example, we have two options. I don't know if you people have seen that or not. Whenever LinkedIn sends a connection request to someone, which it asks about, के, for example, let's say if केरा ताम है, वहाँ पे connection का request बना हुआ आता है कि, sorry, yeah, it says connect. Okay, आप connect पे click करते हैं, वो आपसे पूछता है add a note, add a personalized note, and what we do is हम cancel पे click कर देते हैं या हम add without a note पे click कर देते हैं, और वो connection request ऐसे ही चली जाती है जिस तरह Facebook पे आती है, you know. But what I really suggest you to do, and so does the LinkedIn algorithm, is you write, because इसकी वो जो word limit होती है वो बहुत कम होती है. It is around, like, I believe 150 words that you can write. So you have to be very brief in that point. If you can write about it, for example, hi Manahil, this is again, you don't have to tell the details which are already there. For example, if I am reaching out to Manahil, she already knows Kiran. She already knows my name. So I don't need to tell, hi Manahil, this is Kiran. No. Okay. Hi Manahil, I was looking up your profile and I found your profile to be extremely insightful for me. And I really love your work on ABCD. And I am completely looking forward to connect with you. Sounds good, right? Make it short, make it about the another person and not about you. Make it about them, that you want to learn with them, you want to connect with them in order to um, exchange a lot of insights. Yeah. Again, professional photo power. I've told you this, the tips to it before, but let me share a stat with you which says a high quality profile picture increases the click-through rates, which we call as CTR, by 21%. And what I'm talking about is कि जब हम LinkedIn यूज कर रहे होते हैं कनेक्शन के कॉलम में, या हम पोस्ट्स की जब देख रहे होते हैं बहुत सारी, तो हमारे राइट साइड पे सबकी लाइन से एक लिस्ट आ रही होती है. हम किसको ओपन करेंगे? आई थिंक नंबर वन, and this is the start by LinkedIn, that a high quality picture increases the clicks by 21%. वन इज द पिक्चर, सेकेंड इज द हेडलाइन, क्योंकि वो दो चीजें ही आपको दिख रही है कि आप किसी की प्रोफाइल पे क्लिक करते हो या आप उनको वहीं से कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट भेजते हो. सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी स्ट्रेटेजिक इन दैट पार्ट. Again, like I say, utilize tools like people you may know and open network. You have to utilize these tools. You go into networking part and you utilize these tools. Okay. I've covered this part, but again, just for your better understanding, I've attached this, which is anatomy of a strong LinkedIn profile, professional photo, background photo. We have to make sure that our profile picture and background photo complements each other. They complement the color, they complement the message. If you don't find one, please create one. Go on Canva, go, search a lot of templates. There are lots of templates there. Make it customized for you and not write a lot of things on your background cover. Make sure you don't write anything on your background cover. If you want to write, you can write, let's say, a slogan, your email, your contact details, and that's it. Already written in your profile. Okay, let's just be strategic. Let's just make things similar for our visitors. Okay. Okay. So third thing is headline. Like I said, then it's summary, hash, about session. It's about the same thing that I was talking about. Experience, then media. Like I said, we have to make sure whatever we post HD version is have some amazing angles to that. Seven, which we haven't talked about, but is a very important part of it, is endorsements. And when I say endorsements, I mean the recommendations part. So if you scroll down very below to your LinkedIn profile, you find there a lot of things which says recommendations. Okay. And you can search recommendations in that part. How? You can directly go into the section which says ask for a recommendation, write the name of that individual there. You write down a customized message if you want to, and you ask LinkedIn to send that individual a message and ask the recommendation. Okay. And it goes to individual, like, for example, ABCD would like to ask you a recommendation. And make sure that you ask these recommendations not from your friends, all of them. You can ask from your friends, of course, if you have worked on a specific project, or something which is related to your thesis or FIP. But make sure all of them are not from your friends, because I have done this, so I know it. uh, it's and nobody was there to tell me this कि इससे कुछ खास अच्छा expression नहीं पड़ता आपकी profile के ऊपर if you have all of the recommendations from your friends and they're talking good about you. So I think it's better to take recommendations from your teachers, be, from who you might have helped up with any of the project or any of the event at your campus. And you ask the recommended individuals who have something good in their profile, so that if anyone sees that, they're like, okay, so this ye banda ya bandi kaam kiya, because he or she has done all these projects and she has been appreciated, recognized for that. Okay, this feature improves over time as you build your network. When you go into networking section, so it's about that we are talking about discovering existing connections. Okay, it's about when you if you can just delve deeper a bit into more closer to the screen, you see my network connections, and when you go into top navigation of that part, you will find the people that you already know. Okay, it includes your friends and family, current and former colleagues, and former managers as well. And then LinkedIn here suggests you individuals based on your interest, based on the keywords used on your website, your profile, based on what topics you like, what community and what groups you're a part of. और यहाँ पे वो एक संजय आपको पूरे customized list of connection requests बना के भेज देता है for your better understanding, for your better opportunities. Make sure to add a personal touch. Like I said, AI is there to make our work easier, not to take our places. So take a lot of requests, a lot of things from AI, take ideas, make it creative, but you have to make it unprecedented by giving it your touch. Okay. I've seen people giving AI the prompt to make it more humanized. It can make it, but your words are your words. Your tone is your tone. You know your target audience. You know the tonality of your posts and maneuvering it according to what your audience really wants. Okay. So we have to make sure of that part. Um, Quick things. Who should I reach out to? LinkedIn? People you have something in common with, people you have a job or a work at a company that interests you, in short, that your dream company. Thirdly, it is people who may be able to connect you to someone who can help you achieve your goals. Okay. And what should I say? Again, like जो मैंने आपको बताया था, what is the message that you can send in terms of reaching out to new individuals is who you are, who you came across, and why actually you came across their profile, and how do you find their profile. Say a little bit good things about themselves, how they can help you. Very important part. You're reaching out to them for what? How they can help you. Okay. And how to maintain that sustainable connection, कि आपने connection request भेज दी, but even if you are not nurturing that relationship, there's no point. So invest in your invest time in your connections. Okay. If you can't do one-on-ones, at least do engage in whatever they post. It doesn't have to be in a manner that you are forcing it, but because you're interested, because you're passionate about it, because you're enthusiastic about it. Okay. You engage with that post, you join all of those groups, and give testimonials. Like I said, it's a give and take feedback. So you always give testimonials and recommendations, and the other person, of course, would get back to you. Okay. Effective networking. There are a few tips that I would really like to highlight is quality over quantity. We have to make sure we don't add a lot of people. For example, if you are from, let's say, marketing, and you're adding people of procurement, you're adding people of security, you're adding people of, you know, from different departments, just in short, that I want to say. If you are in the field of marketing, you keep it very restricted to that. You connect with digital marketing individuals, you connect with social media marketing individuals, you connect with marketing community, you connect with whatever is your demand is. Just कि आपको अपने connections बढ़ाने हैं, उसके चक्कर में please don't go with something that doesn't align your goals and feedback. And why am I saying that from a technical perspective also? Because again, LinkedIn algorithm is very smart. उनको पता है कि आपके connections, आपकी प्रोफाइल क्या कह रही है कि who you are, आपका about क्या कह रहा है, आपका headline section, आपका about section क्या कह रहा है, and then आपके connections क्या कह रहे हैं, what is your networking area is talking about. Number two, engagement is the key. Talk about likes and shares, talks about comments, and join relevant groups, join the communication, and you leverage the alumni networks as well. That's what I suggest. Okay. So keyword optimization, it's identifying specific keywords which are relevant to your industry, which are relevant to your role, and which are relevant to your target job roles. Okay, one thing. Can we take a 1 or 2 minute break because of Azan? Let's just take an Azan break. Okay, thank you so much for the cooperation. We will continue again. So keyword optimization, it's yeah, I can. Okay. So keyword optimization, it's about identifying the keywords which are relevant to your industry and your target job roles. Okay. And it's actually about incorporating a few keywords naturally. Okay. Naturally throughout your profile. And how do you do that? You encourage connections to endorse your skills just by doing that. So you make sure that you add those keywords in your about section, in your headline, in your posts, in your comments. Okay. And that's how you do that. So the steps to that would be, I would suggest that keyword research, actually, okay, what are the keywords which are related to your field, which are related to, what you want to talk about, and strategic placement of that. Like I said, we have to place them very strategically and very naturally. Okay. Skill endorsements, जब आप skill endorsements is basically the recommendations part, also the part where whenever you add your experience, whenever you add your work in that part, so it asks you कि इस project के अंदर आपकी क्या skills थी, is the program that you led, the volunteer program that you participated in, what were the capabilities, what were the skills that was utilized in that. So in that manner, what you can use is कि आप अपने keywords use कर सकते हैं, and you can search it there also. वो आपको suggest कर देता है. For example, if you write marketing, तो वो नीचे आ जाता है marketing campaigns, marketing communications, marketing areas, marketing B2B campaigns, marketing B2C campaigns, marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing. तो ये वो आपको keywords बहुत सारे दे देता है जो आपको बहुत मदद करते हैं. For example, if a recruiter posts about a job that he or she wants to hire someone or someone for, और उसमें ये keywords mention होते हैं और आपकी प्रोफाइल में ये keywords mention होते हैं, तो LinkedIn आपकी प्रोफाइल को पुश करता है उस रिक्रूटर के लिए और वो टॉप पे चली जाती है, so that you are the top applicant for that post. Okay, so that we have to make sure. Optimize your posts with the keywords. Like I said, please make a list of keywords, research on that part, make a list of keywords, and make sure you utilize all of those keywords all across your profile. Okay, use relevant hashtags. For hashtags, I suggest that we always use 2 words, maximum 3 words, not more than that. For example, hashtag innovation, hashtag sustainability. These are one word, right? We can also use hashtag Women's Day, which are 2 words. We can also use maximum 3 words, which is hashtag International Women's Day. Not more than that. Okay. Until and unless it makes sense. For example, 3 words ka hashtag B is not supported and it's not suggested. But because everybody posts about International Women's Day, everyone posts about um, you know, being Women's Day internationally there. Everyone is posting, everyone is using that hashtag. So wo cheez chal jati hai. Okay, we have to be, but we can't do hashtag event today tomorrow. Okay, we can't do hashtag um participated LUMS session. Okay, it has to make sense. We can do hashtag LUMS, hashtag LinkedIn, hashtag LinkedIn optimization. Okay, all of these things. And even if you write down, LinkedIn suggests you all of the hashtags that you should use. And do not stuff your posts with keyword. I do not know it before. And when I got to know it, I got to know one thing again, that how much disadvantage it can cause to your post. Maximum hashtags you want to use is 3, maximum 5, not more than that. आपकी कीवर्ड डेंसिटी जितनी ज्यादा होगी, आपका engagement rate and the algorithm that pushes your posts to your connection would be close to zero, I would say. Okay, so we have to be very smart with using hashtags and how do we utilize them actually within our content. So create your digital identity, personal branding, consistent posting. At least you should post once or twice a week. Showcase your expertise, what you're expert in, build your personal brand, storytelling and personalization. Add a personal touch, add a story about it. There was a career fair that you helped in utilize to your university. There was a program that you started. There was an FIP that you did, and how did that shaped you as an individual? How did that shaped time management? How did that shape a professional journey within you? Okay, make something out of your daily life. Be a storyteller. LinkedIn nowadays, and actually every platform is about storytelling. I would say marketing and personal branding is about storytelling nowadays. Make it about them, not you. Make it about them. आप हमेशा, whenever I draft a post, I read it infinite times. कि अगर कोई इसको ऐसा बंदा पढ़ेगा जिसको पहले से पता है इस चीज के बारे में, वो इसको कैसे पढ़ेगा? एक अगर इस पोस्ट को ऐसा बंदा पढ़ेगा जिसको बिल्कुल भी नहीं पता इस चीज के बारे में, वो कैसे पढ़ेगा? व्हाट वुड बी, सो थिंक फ्रॉम थर्ड पर्सन पर्सपेक्टिव अगेन एंड अगेन. सो जब आप उनके बारे में or and take feedback, take feedback from your friends, from your mentors, and how do you think this post it, what do you think about this post, and they will tell you about their feedback. And then you will start thinking about that post within your mind, even if they don't ask you. So आप उसको उस हिसाब से content को बनाएंगे that it should be about them. कि जब वो उनको पढ़ेंगे, उनको क्या चीज important लगेगी, वो क्या चीज को समझेंगे क्योंकि this is something amazing that I should do. Okay. Always engage in posts and polls which are done in the comment section, because like I said, that is what comment section is what makes you a hero. Hacking the LinkedIn algorithm. So these are the most important things that I would share in this part is, always post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we have a higher engagement rate these days if you post on these days. Perfect timing for a post is from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, and that I'm talking about days of working days minus Friday. Friday is a very dead day for reach. Um, use hashtags within the content. Hashtag post के end में लगाने के बजाय use those hashtags within the content. For example, if this is a post about this session, you attended a LinkedIn session by Kirat or something. So आप LinkedIn hashtags नीचे post के लगाने के बजाय what you can do is um, extremely delighted to attend hashtag LinkedIn session by LUMS on this date by Miss Manahil Khan or something like that. Okay, so try to use the hashtags within the content that raises the high chance of engagement. And dwell time. So this is something which LinkedIn has started just now, and it's about dwell time. When I say dwell time is mostly and most probably about the thing that how much time people spend on your post, how much time people spent on your video. And that is why LinkedIn pushes your content that, okay, people are loving it, people are spending more time to it. They push that session to other people and other connections also within your network. Okay. And then there are 1 to 2 hours are very crucial. Okay. I repeat it again that 1 to 2 hours once after you post are extremely crucial. So whenever you post, so there is a one trick that I will share with you, and that is, okay, whenever you're posting and whenever you have posted, you make sure that you comment, that you like, and you engage with others' post. Be active on LinkedIn as a whole from the time that you post. और जो भी comments or likes or shares आपकी post पे आ रहे हैं, be active on that part and be active and actively engage with the other people's post within that time frame also. That is how LinkedIn pushes your profile. Tag relevant people, not irrelevant, in very a good number of that. Make sure your post free. And I cannot emphasize on this part is actually I've seen people tag a lot of content within a single post और लोग उसको ऐसे करके scroll करके चले जाते हैं. So make sure your LinkedIn posts are breathing. They're maximum 3 paragraphs, 2 paragraphs, not more than that, and they're to the point. Use inverted pyramid style. Inverted pyramid is like this, which is the most important at the top. Uh, something which is important in the middle and least important in the end. So anyone who is reading your post should know in the very first paragraph or headline that what is the whole post is going to talk about. Okay, he or she should know what 5 W's and H, who, when, where, how of that post in a single paragraph. कि बाकी post के बारे में इसमें क्या बात होने वाली है. And if they're interested, they'll read the whole post. LinkedIn posts with images receive 98% more comments than those without it. So this is a very friendly and very eye-opening reminder for us to use images as our go-to visual for LinkedIn posting. Again, like I said, post at least 15 to, post at least once or twice a week. This was the thing that I was talking about, taking it to the end, AI for the rescue, because we are a generation that we live in AI and we cannot deny that. Okay. Let's use AI as our second minds. Let's use AI in a positive direction. Let's use AI to draft us amazing ideas, but keep that human touch alive, human mind alive, human talent and creativity alive, and do not kill that. So there are a few AI things which I have mentioned that can help you in the content part, in the keywords part, in reaching out to people part, in sending out personalization requests, and many other different things. And I've added this very friendly reminder in the end as well, which says don't forget to humanize, because we're not robots, right? अगर हम रोबोट से ही connect कर रहे होते तो I think AI would be an amazing tool. But if we are communicating with humans, we have to make sure that we have the content in a manner that they would like to see it, right? So, and one thing in the last that I would like to share is there is a free course which I was discussing, that LinkedIn is offering, and we have the proper LinkedIn officials here who come up and who share a lot of these things. So please make sure that you go in here and you take this session. It is on multiple time slots. It is on multiple days that you can directly see in there, and it's a go-to kit for you to rock your profile. Okay. So that's it from my side. I would say any questions that you would like to shoot at me, either in the chat or if you would like to turn on your mic, more than welcome. Yes, guys, any questions, any compliments, any queries, any clarifications required, the floor is now open to questions.
Pankaj, you can raise your hand and we will unmute you.
Or you guys can also type in the chat box and we'll read it out. Kirat Babar has a question. Where did you ask us to go? Session to attend in the end.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So Babar, it's actually a free course and it is by LinkedIn itself. It's called Rock Your Profile, and I've given the link. I'll share the relevant details with Shiza and Aisha. So they will share it with you. And then you can just directly go to this link. और यहाँ पे आपको different slots of days of time slots, and even you can check it and book your calendar according to your availability and make sure that you attend this session.
Anisha, you can unmute yourself now.
You're welcome, Babar. Any questions, guys? Don't let go of this opportunity. I ask a lot of questions and I expect the same.
Anusha, why don't you just type the question and we'll read it out for you, okay? Okay, Kirat, Daniel has a question. Sometimes LinkedIn posts seem very superficial and try hard. Is it not obvious to the recruiters and such?
Okay, of course it is. A very good question, Daniel, I would say. An amazing question. And like I said, LinkedIn is all about being natural, being completely, in a humanized tone, I would say, because yes, and I can understand it, although I'm not a recruiter myself, but I can completely spot those AI generated posts on LinkedIn where people most of the times forgot to remove the inverted commas also from the AI generated content. So yes, this is completely visible, not only just to the recruiters, but your connections also. And I think then you cannot develop connections on a very authentic basis. If you wanna make some of the personalized connections, if you want to make some of the humanized and natural relations, your posts need to speak about it. Your posts need to speak your heart, your tonality, and that should be, an amazing purpose to go ahead with it. I hope I answered the question. An amazing question, though. You're welcome, Danya. Thank you for
Anusha,
this. Yeah,
so Anusha, I have a question. Thank you for this amazing session and taking out time for us. Is a premium subscription helpful in finding opportunities? Also, sometimes posting about your achievements feels like bragging. How to overcome that?
I completely agree to your question. An amazing, marvelous question, Sultan Ali. This is what I used to think as well. Coming to your very first question, which is premium version helps or not? Number one, it helps, but I would not suggest you. There are multiple thousands and billions of opportunities that you can gather only by being active on LinkedIn. Premium is not required. Okay. Only if you are a recruiter or you're looking very eagerly for clients to earn money, then premium is a good choice. But I think paying 12,000 plus just for a month only to reach out to individuals is not worth it. So I think it's great. I would not suggest it because I've not been using premium. And if you can afford, well and good. If you can't, and if you really are coming under the society pressure, for example, that अगर मैं premium buy नहीं करूंगा तो शायद मैं इन opportunity से पीछे रह जाऊंगा, I kid you not, I haven't used premium and I haven't lost any opportunity as well. There are lots and lots of opportunities. Secondly, coming to your point, which is very, I would say close to my heart as well, an amazing question. Why do I say that? Because that's what we're talking about here. Being natural, being authentic, being humanized, whatever comes to your mind. So a lot of people might say you that your posts look like a bragging post, but LinkedIn is about that. And it's completely depends how you write your post, how you draft it. Either you're writing, I did this, I did that, I achieved this, I did that. Remove I from your posts. This is the great, great advice which was given to me by my leader, that do not use I. Either you use third persons, which is we, or either you do not need anything. Okay. It's like grateful to do this, grateful to do that, and make the conversation smooth. Do not brag about anything. We are not bragging about anything. Okay. But we are making our achievements highlighted among the people. Okay. Um, Amazing question. I hope I answered your question just by the way. And I see a lot of questions in the chat also. Aisha or Sheza, could you
Kira,
please?
there's another question from
Yeah.
Mahnoor. She's saying,
Mhm.
thank you for this insightful session. In your opinion, does posting your projects on any LinkedIn or Coursera certification have any impact on your profile to recruiters?
Of course, 100%. If you are gaining any certificate, okay, be it academic, be it professional, be it of CSR related work, it does help. Please post about it. Um, if you have worked in NGO, if you have worked as a volunteer to a specific department, if you have worked on a project, if you were a part of an event communication team in your university, if you were a part, even for that matter, if you have taken part in Modern United Nations that I see nowadays and are very close to my heart because I actively participated in those things too. So those are completely relevant to LinkedIn. You post about your certificates, you post about your volunteering opportunities, you post about your, recent areas. Even I remember I did post about my FYP and thesis also. Why not? But again, like I said, मैं इसको सुल्तान की बात से भी connect करूंगी कि make sure you are not bragging about that. जब thesis की post आप करें, it should not be I did my thesis और मैंने ये वाला topic को choose किया था. People are not interested in that, right? आप हाँ ये बता दें कि these were my hard work. these were the sleepless nights. This is what how much I worked on this part, and I'm very glad to share that I have, worked on this part, and I was extremely glad to explore this area in different field of Pakistan and stuff like that. So it's all about communication, how you communicate it, and it's actually about effective communication. So yes, you should, just to conclude that in a nutshell, you should post about these things, be it Coursera, be it any volunteering opportunity.
Acha, so Kirat, the next, there's a message from a student. Thank you for going above and beyond. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. I have learned a lot today. And then there is a question from Amna Imran. It says, can we connect with people on LinkedIn account? My account says premium account is required to connect.
हाँ, अब most of the time ऐसे होता है. For example, if you are a very new beginner to LinkedIn, so LinkedIn would restrict few of the accounts for you that you cannot reach out, and you would require a premium version to send them requests. But after the specific time period, forget that part. Okay, if you are not or if LinkedIn is not letting you reach out to those 5 individuals, then it have been 5 individuals who reach out to other individuals, because LinkedIn makes it much easier for you if you are a third degree connection to them. For example, first degree connection is me to Manahil. Okay. I don't know why I'm using Manahil again and again, but apologies, Manahil. So okay, let's have Anusha, right? So if it is a one-on-one connection between me and Anusha, so it's a first degree connection. If Anusha's friend is Sultan, so Sultan and me are not connected, so Sultan is going to be my third degree connection. If my connection is Anusha, Anusha's connection is Sultan, and Sultan's connection is the Maliha. Okay, Maliha and me are not connected, but Maliha is my third degree connections. And if I am connected to Anusha, LinkedIn will suggest me or them to my account to connect to them. Okay, so this is how it actually works. So don't get, I would say, very much overwhelmed on that part कि आप किसी को request नहीं भेज पा रहे हो, but rather be in a matter that that you're able to send a lot of 100 individuals also. And I think let's just stick to that part, because once if you're able to do that, it's amazing. और फिर उसके बाद क्या होता है कि आप उन्हीं सेम इंडिविजुअल्स के पास जब आप दोबारा जाओगे रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करने के लिए, that you will be surprised that you'll be able to send. And at least if you're not able to send a request, there's always a option of message that you can reach out to.
Thank you, Kirat. Okay, so the next question is
Just by the way, before you go
Anusha.
on to another question, Sheza, I love the response. When I get the questions, मुझे
Yeah,
पता लग जाता है that the session was something. Because if there are no questions, it means no one was listening to
no
you.
one,
So
yeah, I completely
yeah,
agree. Yeah.
I really love the response, everyone.
Okay, so Anusha Minahil is asking, guys, I'm going to take only one or two more questions because we're only 8 minutes away from the session ending. Um, so Anusha Minahil has asked, how do you post about past achievements that you did not post about?
Sorry, can you come again?
She's asking, so she's basically asking if you've not posted about something that you did in the past, how can you do that again? I mean, you can, you just need to go and add it into your experience section. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you did something in 2020 and you haven't added it, you just go and add it.
And even if you want to make a post about it, let's say, there are plenty of things that I did in January and February, and I want to post on LinkedIn, but I'm not getting any time out of my
Hmm.
professional commitments. But I will post about it. I am not letting this chance to let people know. For example, in a Model United Nations, in actually two Model United Nations, one being national, I participated there as a head of marketing. Okay, and being there as a head of marketing individual, although I haven't posted about it, but I want to share it with my network. Okay, and I will post about it. So again, coming back to the a vicious cycle of me saying again and again, effective communication is how you tailor that forwardly. For example, I back in 2020, I did this thing, and in this project, I learned this, and I'm really much looking forward to this opportunity. So you can always post about it.
Thank you, Kirat. Okay, so I'm gonna choose one last question. Okay, so that there are a lot of thank you comments. Somebody
You're
said,
most
love this
welcome, everyone.
session,
Feel free
was
to
so
reach out to me via
insightful.
LinkedIn also if you have any questions,
Yeah,
because
we've
now we're
shared her
running out of
profile, by
time.
the way, in the email that we sent out to you guys, so you can always go and connect with Kirat on LinkedIn. And we would also appreciate if you guys could give your feedback. It's in the chat. We've titled it as session feedback form. So the last question I'm going to take is from Kasim. Kasim
Yeah.
says, thank you for the opportunity. My question might seem very basic. Kasim, no question is basic or wrong, okay? However, what, in your opinion, is the importance of LinkedIn profile versus a CV? Can good LinkedIn account replace CV or vice versa? So, this is the last question, by the way, for the session.
Completely. Completely. One thing, Kasim, there's one thing, although we are running out of time, but this is something that I learned myself, and I would really like to pass it on to you people, which is I'm not sure if how many of you people know Simon Sinek. He is a great speaker, and what he says is be the idiot in the room. And what he means by that is that no question is a dumb question, and there could be 100 people sitting in the room who might have the similar question as yours, but they're not asking. Okay. So you be that idiot in the room and then ask the question. It's actually, I would write down here, Be the Idiot by Simon Sinek. It's a very short video. You guys should watch it and see how it changes your opinion about asking questions. So, Kasim, coming back to your question, yes, LinkedIn is your chalti phirti CV. At a point, you might not have your CV or your resume, but if you have LinkedIn, I'm sure you're getting a lot of opportunities because till by that time, this week, I am getting one. Although I don't have a proper CV or resume or LinkedIn, but if your LinkedIn is there, and just one an amazing piece of advice for you as well. LinkedIn आपका काम इतना आसान कर देता है that you have updated your LinkedIn. So there are three dots when you go there at the right top corner of your profile photo. वहां पे जब आप three dots पे click करते हैं, it asks you to save as PDF. And if you click on save as PDF, आपकी पूरी LinkedIn profile एक CV और resume के form में PDF में save हो जाती है. So it's like you don't have to spend a lot of time on creating your CV and resume. If you have created your LinkedIn profile, you have indirectly created your CV.
That's actually a tip we give students as well, the save your PDF option.
Yeah.
But thank you so much,
Yeah.
Kirat. We found this session very insightful. Thank you for taking out the time. I know you've got a very busy schedule, and this was honestly a very insightful session. Some of us have been getting messages from students as well that the session was really good. We found it really helpful.
Glad to know.
So thank you so
Glad to
much. If you have any parting words, though, please do that before we formally end the meeting.
Perfectly. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's I what I do is what I do enjoy in the session is directly connecting with the audience. Is when the session is not a mere monologue but a dialogue. And today's session was that. Just to have concluding remarks to that, it's actually no question is a dumb question. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn and ask a lot of questions. Um, it might be a later response, like Sheza said. I do have some of the things, but I make sure that I pass on the knowledge that I have in a very responsible manner, because I believe this is what we as a society and we as an individual should do. So my love for LinkedIn and its algorithm is infinite, and you can always reach out to me. And best of luck for all of your careers. And I completely wish one time I wish LUMS in person also, because last time when I was in Lahore I couldn't make it. But inshallah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Maybe the next session is going to be in person. Let's see.
Inshallah soon.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and attending the session and asking such insightful questions and also interacting. So, we've shared the feedback form. I've also shared Kirit's LinkedIn profile. You guys can bombard her with connection requests. Also, we've also shared a couple of resources that you guys can utilize, CSO specific, so that you're up to date with the workshops and sessions and everything that we're doing in the future. Take care, everyone. I'm going to formally end the meeting from here. Okay.
Bye
Allah
bye, everyone.
Hafiz.
Take care. Allah Hafiz. Thanks, Reza, Aisha. Bye.
Thank you for the session. Bye bye.